It's Writers Wednesday, and we're going to make another craft together. But before we do that, let's see if you remember all of the other letters we have already talked about. My stack is getting really thick. You're learning so many letters. Here's the first one we did. It was a penguin. Do you remember what letter was hiding in the penguin? P. P says P. P says P. Good job. Here is a seal. Who was hiding as a seal? S. S says S. S says S. Good. Who was hiding as a cat? Letter C. C says K. C says K. Good. Now, this one swims under the water sometimes. Who was hiding as an octopus? Letter O. O says ah. O says ah. And for this one, we take our finger and we circle our mouth. O says ah. O says ah. Good job. Watch your fingers. This guy might bite. This is, do you remember who's hiding as an alligator? Letter A. A says ah. A says ah. Good job. When we sign, it's A. And then when we make the sound, take your hand and put it under your chin. Ah. A says ah. And it pushes it down. Good job. This guy barks sometimes. It's a D. D says D. Now this sign, Miss Stephanie keeps messing up. One finger up and kind of circle. D says D. D says D. Good job. And the letter we just learned last week was this guy. He's not hiding as an animal. He's hiding in the gumball machine. And he says G, G. Do you remember that one? G says G. G says G. Nice work. So, you just talked about this letter with Miss Abby. It's the letter M. M says M. M says M. Good job. So, let's make a fun craft out of our letter M. What do you think? It's an animal. What animal do you think starts with M? What about a mouse? Let's do it. So we have to build our letter M this week. Usually Miss Stephanie cuts it out for us. But this week I have 4 blue rectangles and we're gonna build the letter M. So let's put some glue on the back of our rectangles. Now you can use gray if you want because usually little tiny mice, if there's more than one, are gray. But I wanted my mouse, I'm only having one, so I say mouse. I wanted my mouse to be blue. You can make your mouse any color you want. And I also put my paper the wrong way. Let me flip my paper around. We're gonna do our paper not up and down, but sideways today. It'll help us build our M a little bit better. So I'm gonna start with one rectangle, and I'm gonna put it straight up and down. He's standing nice and tall. Now, my next rectangle is going to be a slanted line. So it starts at the top and it slants down. Now, guess what? Another slanted line. Get rectangle number 3, and this one's going to slant back up. Slants up. So we have a straight line, a slanted line, and another slanted line. And the very last part of your rectangle, I need a little more glue, is a straight line. So you're going to take this and put it right there, and it's going to kind of go straight down. There is my M. I'm going to push it on just to make sure it stays. Now, I think my little tiny mouse needs some ears. So I have 2 pink almost circles, but look, they have a little flat side. See how the one side is flat? I dropped my other ear. So I'm gonna take my 2 pink ears. And where do you think I should put them? Any ideas? Do you think I should put them down here? Do ears go at the bottom? Probably not. I'm gonna put them right here at the top. Right at the top of my straight pieces. Oh, this board never stays up for Miss Stephanie, does it? The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use a little tiny pink circle for a nose. So put a little glue on it. When I have a tiny, tiny piece, I take my glue stick and I kind of rub it on the top. Because if you try to put it down on the table, glue goes everywhere. So I'm gonna put my little nose right here. Now I'm gonna give my mouse 2 eyes. I'm gonna use my liquid glue because sometimes we know liquid glue in the bottle works a little bit better for the eyes. Because I'm using googly eyes today. I'll show you. I have some pretty big eyes too. If you don't have these, remember you can cut a white circle or you can just get a marker and draw your eye right on your mouse. That works too. All right, so there goes my little eyes. Now, the last thing we're gonna give our mouse are some whiskers. Are you ready? There he is. See him? They're just long black rectangles. And again, I'm gonna put it right on the top of my glue and I'm gonna run it right across my glue. I'm gonna give him 1 on this side. What do you think, friends? 2? Let's do 2 on each side. Here's another one on this side. And again, you don't have to cut out pieces of paper to do this. You can use a marker and just draw right on your mouse. Then I'm gonna put another one right here and another one right here. Push it on so it stays. And I have a mouse. My M turned into a mouse. Do you remember it? M says M says Good job, friends. Can't wait to see your pictures. Bye.